slow down.
Slow down.
You're going too fast.
Way too fast.
The Boy Scouts of America was incorporated on February 8, 1910, after an American, William D. Boyce, became lost in London and was rescued by a British scout. Since that day, the Boy Scouts of America has worked with over 100 million boys, some of whom have grown up to be presidents, sports figures, newsmen, and even astronauts. In fact, of the 12 men to walk on the moon, 11 were scouts. For 100 years, the Boy Scouts of America has created a strong foundation of leadership, service, and community for America's young people. On the occasion of this centennial celebration, the Boy Scouts of America has created a unique, immersive Scout-related experience, Adventure Base 100.
Adventure Base 100 is a 10,000 square foot campus, and of course it's designed to appeal to our scouts today, to encourage them to stay engaged in scouting, to help their parents see and appreciate everything that scouting means in the life of a young person, and to encourage other people to get behind scouting and support it. When we brought our team together to plan the 100th anniversary of the Boy Scouts, we had a lot of ideas in mind as to ways we could celebrate the 100th. One of them was to have a flag and time capsule relay. As the team started digging into that, their ideas got bigger and bigger until it evolved into Adventure Base 100, a full-size mobile tour. Of course, as you come on the campus, one of the first things you notice is this huge 53-foot truck that then unfolds into a 1,000 square foot interactive museum. Now you'd think we would start by buying a truck somewhere and start cutting it up and building it, but in fact they don't do that. The company that built Adventure Base 100 started from the ground up. They literally built the chassis and then built out every component that you see.
Actually, it's a rolling 53-foot semi-truck. Literally, it looks nothing different than any other semi-truck you see on the road. What makes it so unique is once you park it, it actually expands. It's a double bump out, meaning both sides come out and create a larger square footage inside.
The interior of the museum was very important. We needed to tell the story of scouting, the rich history of scouting. And so as you enter the museum, that's what you begin to see first of all. We talk about what scouting has meant to America for 100 years. Then we go to some of the elements of scouting. We talk about the levels of scouting, the Cub Scout program, the Boy Scout program, venturing program, the Order of the Arrow. We walk through some of the concepts of service and duty to God and country. And then, of course, we talk about the highlights of scouting, like the National Scout Jamboree. One of our key partners for the 100th anniversary has been AT&T, and you'll see that sponsorship play out here on the campus. One of the ways it plays out is a big iPhone on the wall, and we've done that to demonstrate the iPhone application, the 12th edition of the Boy Scout Handbook, which you can now receive on your iPhone. You take the Boy Scout Merit Badge program, and when you look at the history of the Merit Badge program over 100 years of scouting, it's fascinating. On the wall, we have a touchscreen interactive program that individuals can dig back through the history of merit badges. Of course, the history of the Boy Scouts of America plays out on a very local level, so we've invited every council in America to submit artifacts that represent the scouting history in their council, and you'll see those in the time capsule portion of our traveling museum. As you come into the second half of the museum, it switches from a museum feel to more of an outdoor feel. And you'll see in this part of the museum, we begin with a section on tracking and animals. We move into orienteering. But then we also move to a scouting classic, the Pinewood Derby. And just about everybody in scouting remembers building their Pinewood Derby cars We still do that today, but through our friends at Accenture, there are 2 touch screens on the wall. We have what we call Pinewood Derby Extra, and that's done in partnership along with ExxonMobil. The kids stop and spend a lot of time there with the game. It challenges them to apply some science and math thinking in the selection of a car, a track, and an area of expertise. As you answer questions on Pinewood Derby Extra, your score goes up or down depending on how quickly you answer the questions and how fast your car goes. A very, very cool game. When you move on beyond there, we explore a bit about safety and first aid and that element of the Boy Scouts of America. And then the final section of the museum, it talks about the future of scouting. We know scouting's been vital and relevant in the past. That last section talks about how we're important to the future of this country, and with a farewell message from our chief on the way out and a thanks for visiting. Just this one great part of Adventure Base 100.
On behalf of the Boy Scouts of America, I want to personally thank you for taking time out of your day to celebrate our 100th anniversary with us.
As you come through the archway, you'll notice the welcome tent. That's where we want to welcome everyone to the campus of Adventure Base 100. Only takes a moment to register as you come on the campus, and you'll receive a passport to guide you around the Adventure Base 100 campus. That passport has 2 places that you can capture part of your experience. One of them is our green screen. You'll absolutely want to stop by the green screen where you can take a really fun scouting outdoor photo of yourself, either whitewater rafting or rock climbing. As you come on the campus of Adventure Base 100, you'll immediately notice a big dome. Looks like a giant igloo, and that's our Scouting Go Dome. It features an IMAX type movie. You'll be invited to either take a seat on one of the benches, or if you'd like, just lean right back and lay down on the grass that you'll find inside. The theater goes dark, the movie comes up, and we take you on a great scouting adventure with our host, Burton Roberts. Eagle Scout, Burton appeared on the show Survivor, and he and his business partner, Alex Boylan, put together this great movie for us. It takes us on the journey of scouting. It truly shows you what scouting means to young people today.
It was really cool lying on the floor. I mean, I've never really saw a movie like that, looking up and just watching it. That was pretty amazing.
Another element of our campus would be the ropes course, and scouting, as we know, is all about outing, and we wanted to be sure that we demonstrated that on the Adventure Base 100 campus. So that's an opportunity for scouts or leaders to get up there and test their skills. And I can tell you this, it's a lot tougher than you might think.
It's pretty challenging because you got to keep your balance and you got to make sure you don't fall off at the same time. It gives you a sense of accomplishment when you go across it.
So a couple of other elements on the campus. We of course have our BSA Scout Shop on the campus, so you'll want to stop by there and pick up a few special souvenirs from Adventure Base 100. Another part of the campus is the stage. That's the front of our traveling museum. It folds out into a full-size stage, and that's where we can localize the story of the 100th anniversary of the Boy Scouts of America. Each council on our tour will have the opportunity to program that stage throughout the day. It'll include things like Order of the Arrow Indian dancers, storytellers, knot tying contests, local musical groups, anything that helps to celebrate scouting, build pride within our membership, and then for the other non-scout visitors to the campus, that truly helps them to see and understand what scouting is all about. This is the first time in the history of the Boy Scouts of America that we've undertaken an effort of this size. Adventure Base 100 truly is big and it's bold. We're stepping out to tell the story of scouting because we're serious about reaching America's youth. We want every young person to have the opportunity to experience all that scouting can bring to their lives.
One comment from a mother stood out to me. She came in and she's looking around. A lot of nice things here, and she looked sort of teary-eyed. And I said, "Everything okay?" She said, "Yeah, I'm about to cry." I said, "Why?" So my son just made Eagle Scout last week.
My experience here at AB 100, I would have to say, has been one of my favorite experiences in scouting, and I would definitely do it again if I had the opportunity.
It's fun, it's amazing, and it shows you where Scouts was and where it is now. It's a once-in-a-lifetime event.
For our young Scouts, Adventure Base 100 is absolutely going to be memorable. The Scouts today are going to remember they were part of the Boy Scouts of America in its 100th anniversary year. They're going to remember this mobile tour as a really special experience and special moment in their lives. This is our opportunity to take this program that's been given to us and pass it along to the next generations to launch our second century of service to America.
Boy Scouts of America. 100 years of scouting. Celebrating the adventure. Continuing the journey.